Hey everybody, Tom here. So after the incredible meal we had at Territory Lounge just a few days ago, which you can check out right here on the channel, by the way, we decided to head over and try out the new menu at Roaring Fork, which is the counter service and quick service restaurant just a few steps away at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Ton of new entrees, a plethora of new desserts and pastries that are unlike anything around Walt Disney World. You have got to see these things, and we're going to check them out right now in a very in-depth and, as usual, very long review. All right, so we're starting with the Asian-style noodle salad, which is going to be tofu, crispy rice noodles, and fried wonton strips. You can add chicken to this for $4, by the way. We did not because we have 800 items here. I assume it's the same chicken that's on the Caesar salad.
Confusion.
I'm trying to figure out what's stale.
All of the crispy noodles.
Is it a cold salad? Is there anything hot in it?
It's a cold salad. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the noodles that were chewy. It's the lettuce. But everything's like the same shape. Everything's that noodle, because the lettuce is cut to a point where it's kind of noodle-like.
Shredded lettuce.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to make sure it wasn't the noodles. The noodles are.
I think it's Chinese cabbage.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, just from
I
looking
mean,
at
it
it.
doesn't say it.
How's the tofu?
I'm trying to find some.
It's the first ingredient on the listing is tofu.
Where is the tofu?
No?
I'm missing it.
Okay. I don't see tofu.
I don't see the tofu. We're off to a great start.
Let's look for the tofu.
Am I crazy? I don't see
No, I
anything
don't see tofu.
that looks like tofu. So we have no protein. We'll double check on that. But I mean, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing outrageous about it. We're missing the protein, so that's probably the biggest issue.
What does the dressing taste like? Is it like soy sauce? Is it salty?
It's
Is
a
it
vinaigrette.
spicy? So light?
Yeah, a light vinaigrette.
Would you order it again?
There's edamame in here.
There's edamame.
Maybe with the yeah, isn't that what that is?
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, those are good.
Peppers.
I'm not getting anything from. Nothing is profound in flavor. I don't know. It's hard to judge just without the protein in it. We'll find out about that. Okay. This is the Heirloom tomato salad,
Ooh.
which has pickled wild mushrooms, burrata, red pepper, pesto, and basil.
I'd call it like almost a take on a compresse salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, more like a caprese. Mushrooms are nice. Got 3 real big clumps of burrata here.
Do you get any of the red pepper pesto? Because I'm not seeing it.
I think it's got to be present because I feel like I'm picking up a little bit of each bite.
It might be on the tomatoes itself.
I think so.
Right.
And I think it's bled over into everything else. This is like grocery store quality, which is not bad. Publix has a mean burrata, by the way.
Publix has a very good burrata.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
This is solid.
Good to know. The more you know.
And I'm
Oh, a lot of pesto. A lot of pesto flavor on the tomato.
Off to
Yeah.
Publix next.
I mean, this is a nice fresh option.
It's something different. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
If you're trying to eat healthy, it's a decent option.
I really want to try that.
Pass it to the
You
burrata
should
snack.
try it then. To the hot food. Or what used to be hot food. We'll find out. I think it's still pretty warm. We've got the meatloaf. Country style baked meatloaf, which is served with buttery green peas, chunky mashed potatoes, and gravy.
It's a nice sized piece of meatloaf.
By the way, throughout the review, we're playing a drinking game at home. Every time you hear the soda machine say, place cup on tray, you have to take a shot. Nobody makes meatloaf like my mom, so I don't know how I'm going to like this.
Oh.
Have you never seen the inside of meatloaf?
No, I haven't.
Let's get a shot. Wait. Let's get a shot of that. I wonder what the meatloaf is made of. It's like pork and beef.
I'm assuming meat.
Hopefully not Humphrey.
Oh.
No, the bear is the next course. It's not the worst thing I've ever had. For the price at a counter service, how much is this? $14.99. It is. I mean, it's a giant piece. Could we show the? Look at the size of it. I mean, I just had a giant chunk. Look how much of that is left.
It's a nice portion.
2 people could share this probably.
A lot of potatoes.
Split a salad and then have this. I mean, this is a giant clump of mashed potatoes. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up onion. Onion and pork, I think, is mostly what I'm picking up from the meatloaf. I'm sure there's other stuff in there, but that's what I'm getting. And of course, the tanginess of the barbecue sauce. It's a nice, big, hearty entree if you like meatloaf. If you want the opposite of the people who want just the salad and want the heaviest meal of your existence, this would be the one to get. Standard mashed potatoes. They're buttery, thick, nice sized portion. And then of course we have this pile of peas. This is such a weird counter service dish. It's just so big and so heavy. I mean, this is like a Thanksgiving meal. So if you want to if you're hungry, if you want to take a nap by the pool after lunch, this is the item to get. You'll be out cold. This is the barbecue brisket and burnt ends, which are served with potato hash, fiery coleslaw, and cornbread. Okay.
Where's the cornbread?
Not there.
Okay.
So we have several things we have to go back to the counter about now.
Great.
Like, hey, we got no tofu in the salad. It's the first day, you know. It did take them a while to assemble this.
It's a nice portion too. Oh, $18.99. That's not a nice price.
Well, it is. You do get rib, brisket.
I mean, it's brisket.
Brisket, burn ends. Normally that would be
This is fantastic. It's not over dry. It's got the nice smoky exterior, but the inside's very moist. Just enough barbecue sauce. The burn ends are exceptional. I suspect I'll say the same thing about the brisket. Let's find out. Now the brisket looks like it might be a little drier just based on the experience of having cutting it, which just seems like the total.
Let's get a shot.
It seems like the total opposite of the burn ends, honestly. Definitely a little chewier, a little drier, but not obscenely dry. Once you get through like the first layer is a little dry. The dead center of the brisket's pretty good though. Again, that moisture's there. But again, a giant portion. It is 18 something, so it's a little more money. But also there's cornbread missing, so there'd be even more food. This looks like the breakfast potatoes to me. You can confirm?
can confirm.
Can't confirm?
Can. C-A-N.
Confirmed.
I mean, I like their breakfast potatoes on their own. So I typically hate coleslaw, but this says fiery coleslaw. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to know how spicy this is. If you remember, we did Territory Lounge. They said the popcorn was spicy. They weren't lying. It was very spicy.
You were crying.
I wasn't crying.
That's a good video.
I mean, if it makes people click it, yeah, I was crying just all over the table. They had to bring me napkins. Oh, yeah.
Just the way Andrew said it.
Legitimately spicy. That
Oh,
is
yeah?
a really strong kick. Oh, yeah.
Are you crying?
A nice burn. I mean, after I saw the bill for this meal, yeah.
Wait till you see Humphrey.
I'll cry when I see Humphrey. I love Humphrey. He's my favorite. Okay. This is a good dish, but again, we don't know about the cornbread. We're gonna have to find out. So here is the salad as intended. They were so nice. They remade the salad for us. There's the tofu, by the way. Now let's try it. So yes, they were also nice enough to give us some cornbread. So we have the cornbread now, and it's hot and it smells fresh, and I'm very excited because I assume it's going to be similar to Whispering Canyons, which is great. Oh man!
How many stars?
All of them in the sky.
Aww.
Very cute. So eye rolling good?
Disney cornbread when it's hot and fresh.
It was like
yeah.
1.5 rotations of his eyeballs.
It's one of those magical things, the Disney cornbread. Yeah, that's great. It's buttery, soft. Everything about it's great. Probably a million calories, but delicious.
It's vegetables.
That's yeah, okay. All right. That explains my health issues. So are you eating vegetables? Yes, cornbread. All right, let's try the tofu.
Tofu.
It's fried tofu. There's a good amount of it, so it fills out the salad well. How did we feel about the salad without it? Did we like it?
I think
was
that
on the fence.
I think it was better than the noodle salad at Captain Cook's. It's the same kind of concept, right? The dressing's
you
good.
might like it. It's
the
not-
dressing's tangy.
I don't know. I might want a different dressing with
It's-
something like this if I had it at home.
It's good on a hot day, I think.
Yeah, for sure, refreshing. It's a good sized portion. Nothing about it stands out to me.
But it's nice to have these options here, whereas previously
As opposed
everything
to
was pulled
a pile
pork.
of burnt ends or a pile of meatloaf. Yeah, I mean, you got to have something different for sure.
Right.
You got to go to the opposite side of the spectrum at that point. I guess we're on to dessert. I guess it's dessert time. So I have to introduce you to the new WDWNT food review mascot. This is Melty the Bear, and he wants you to know, kids, that only you can prevent
Melt.
cold food reviews. This poor guy, look at him. This is the Bear Mousse Cake. It's raspberry mousse, almond cake, and dark chocolate ganache. It's $7.99.
And it's so sad.
I mean, you'll see that we put in the video of him before he was left in the sun for 2 minutes.
I was gonna say like maybe 60 seconds.
Would you like a spoon?
I love how it just looks like the skin on top of like the chocolate pudding.
Poor bear.
Reminds me of childhood. Oh, there's a cake on the bottom. Yeah, there's cake in there. You're gonna want cross-section pictures of. I want to get the inside of the meatloaf too. Sorry, stressing Maddie out. Can you see it, or you know?
Oh, we see it. It looks beautiful.
That is tart. The raspberry, super tart, very sweet. The chocolate on the exterior complements it well. I almost think you need more of it to offset this. The artificial raspberry is so potent. So yeah, the chocolate offsets it a little bit, but not enough. And the cake layer's thick enough, but the raspberry is just so overpowering. It's a good size for the price. 2 people can eat this. I know, it's not my thing. I don't like that artificial raspberry, and I don't like when it's that overpowering. Next up, let's try, this is the seasonal. This is the, trying to find it. Oh, the blueberry thyme crumb pie. So it's a little pie. I mean, that's a pretty real blueberry pie filling. The thyme gives it a real kind of an earthy flavor, which is so out of character for Disney desserts. I'm thrown off by how real everything in this dish tastes. It's so outside of my palate, eating almost purely theme park food every week. The pie crust is really good, flaky, buttery, everything you'd want that to be. But yeah, it's a real, just a pretty authentic blueberry pie with, again, that there's a real earthy flavor.
The thyme is really different, isn't it? Like, that's not something typically we see in our Disney desserts.
No, this is definitely an
to have
attempt at
thyme.
something different for them.
Is it really
sure.
intense? Does it overwhelm the blueberry?
No.
Just a hint of thyme.
No, but you can tell after eating, especially after having just had one of those atypical, you know, Disney desserts where things taste sort of artificial. This just really stands out. It's not bad. I might be I may not be the right person to judge that.
Oh, my judge of that.
Maddie will be the judge of that. Got palate cleanse of the diet.
Do you want to put it on?
This is the almond walnut bundt cake, which is coffee glaze and cream cheese icing on a almond walnut bundt cake. I cut a piece out. Can you see this or no? I'm afraid to raise it higher.
Just gonna
What do you think you can hold that for?
Not
Okay,
long.
never mind.
chocolate.
It's too late now.
Looks like chocolate.
Right onto the plastic. We're doing what we can today. That's great. Really profound almond taste. You got the walnuts, actual walnut pieces in there with that. So obviously very nutty. The chocolate is very rich. A rich dark chocolate flavor. I get some maple for sure. Yeah, sure. Cream cheese icing brings in some sweetness too. I'm reading the wrong one. Coffee glaze.
Are you kidding me?
No, almond walnut bundt cake. Sorry. I then started reading the other one because I saw bundt cake. I don't know if I'm getting a lot of coffee. Almond and walnut definitely, and then the richness of the chocolate. But I don't know if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't say there's coffee, but
But it's
there's
a
a
coffee
sweetness
cake.
for
It's-
sure.
Isn't it to have with coffee?
Coffee glaze.
Oh, coffee glaze. My bad.
No, coffee cake is not this color. Man, what I would give for a Drake's coffee cake. Full size one. Anyway, definitely the sweetness of the sweetness I was picking up was not any maple, it's the cream cheese icing. The cake is perfect, moist and soft and very chocolatey. Highly recommend. This is, if you're a chocolate lover, that's probably the dessert you want. This monstrosity. What are they? This is the roaring s'more.
Aw.
You're gonna be roaring after this. Chocolate mousse, graham cracker cake, and caramel marshmallow. You can see the caramel on the marshmallow there. Oh, look at this! Look at
That
all
looks
these layers.
incredible.
It's a beautiful presentation. I don't know if I can get all the layers in one bite. It seems like a lot.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Everything's separating. Oh no.
Oh
You got a
no.
knife? Oh gosh, it all stuck together. That did not work out well at all.
Give me a. Do we have another clean knife?
Oh, wait, there you go.
Thank you.
Good, I did not
Let's
want
try this again. I destroyed it.
not served in a container.
This container does not, it's not helpful for the, and I think if we tried to take it out by hand, it would be an utter disaster.
Yeah.
Everything is separating, yet sticking together somehow.
It's alive. Oh,
There is so much to process.
you look confused like I've never seen before.
I just went through every emotion in order.
So would you say this dessert is therapeutic?
No.
You said there's so much processed stuff that it tastes like it's a
No.
processed
A
food.
lot for me to mentally
Oh, you have
process.
to mentally process
Be
it.
mentally prepared for this
The
dessert.
caramel marshmallow is unbelievable. But then you're also picking up this middle layer, this middle marshmallow layer too, which is very thick. So you're getting a lot of marshmallow. The chocolate mousse is very rich, phenomenal. Phenomenal. The thing that is the weakest point of it is the graham cracker cake, which I was really excited about. It's a little dry, it's a little hard. It's
Maybe it had to be like substantial to hold the weight
yeah.
from an engineering perspective.
It's not bad on its own, but this would be great without it. But I mean, at that point, it doesn't complete the s'more, right?
Right.
But the big thick marshmallow layer in this chocolate mousse and the caramel, a little bit of caramel, really works. But then that cake is so hard and dry.
Would you get it again?
Yeah, for the top part. The cake would be good with something else. It's not working with this.
Huh.
It'd probably be good with a scoop of
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh.
But not with chocolate mousse and marshmallow. It's just not working, but the top two layers are where it's at. So I think I'd still recommend it because the top is so good. Marshmallow's so thick, but it's also at the same time it's so delicate. However it's made, it's almost whipped in consistency, so it's nice and soft. And it doesn't have that. You're not going to be chewing it for a while, right? Sometimes you get a Disney S'mores dessert and that marshmallow, you're chewing for a while.
take a shot.
Yeah, take a shot. Someone got the Place Cup on tray. This is good.
Yeah.
This is very
Take
good.
a shot.
It's like 2 shots in 5
That's
seconds.
why I said it has to be shots, because they're gonna come in rapid succession. Our Lord and Savior Humphrey the Bear has arrived in cake form. Humphrey's back, and now he's in cake form. By the way, Disney, we're still waiting on a Humphrey the Bear plush. Where is it? Why is it not sold at this resort? Come on. Between that and the what were the croissants they used to have here? The fruit-filled croissants? Waiting on those too. Humphrey the Bear plush, then fruit-filled croissants. In that order, please. This is the Humphrey Beehive. It's Humphrey's. Wait, this not only has a description of what's in it, it has a backstory. Humphrey's passion is honey! Exclamation point. I don't know if I've ever seen them write like character details in a food description before. That's a first. It's chocolate cake with passion fruit mousse, sugar bees, and a white chocolate Humphrey. Sugar bees.
Is it Spike the Bee?
No, Sugar Bees, which is a famous auction house, I believe.
Do I need to Google this?
It was a
do
joke.
too.
Sotheby's? Never mind.
Oh. Worst joke of the lunch.
Yeah.
The Sugar Bees look like they'd be hard as a rock, and they're not. They're very delicate. You've probably, if you've been to a Disney, if fast food restaurant, you've probably had one of these mousse desserts and a passion fruit one probably. I think I'm mostly thinking of Satuli Canteen and Pandora. The top portion tastes just like that. It tastes the same. The exterior is not as hard as that one, but it is again that artificial, very sweet, very tart passion fruit with a chocolate cake at the bottom.
Sounds delicious.
Cake is very soft. Adds just a hint of chocolate to every bite. I can't believe the bees are soft.
Maybe because it like absorbs the moisture of the glaze.
It's got to be the way they're made. But yeah, if you want to show people the inside of that. I'm not a big passion fruit guy. I think that's pretty enjoyable, so I assume people will love that.
That looks delicious.
But I don't know, I like my desserts to be chocolatey and rich and decadent. That's why I like this. No, I hate a fruit dessert.
Anything
Except
citrus.
pies. Some pies are good.
Anything tart, he hates.
Yeah, I don't like tart desserts. Yeah. But for being a tart dessert, I happen to really like that. But
That's high praise.
my
then.
money's on that almond walnut cake and that roaring s'more. I think are the two winners. There was another dessert. What was the other one? Oh, the pie. Yeah, I would roaring s'more and the Bundt cake. And then this is in the conversation though too. The Humphrey. Skip the bear mousse and skip the. Unless that pie sounds like it's something that you really, really would love, I wouldn't. There's just so many desserts. This has got to be the most desserts of. This and Gasparilla got to be the most desserts of any counter service.
And they still have the magic cookie bar in case you were concerned.
And there's a bear claw, and there's a giant
colossal cinnamon roll.
A giant colossal cinnamon roll, which she said puts Gaston's Tavern to shame, which wouldn't be very hard.
It's very large. And it's
It is very big.
blueberry.
I don't like the Gaston's ones. I hate them. I think they're very overrated. They're never fresh, but I would.
This one was good. When I was waiting for you, I had one.
You had one? Did you take photos?
No, because I didn't know we needed it. I was hungry. I just ate it.
Let's see. There may be more dessert. Hold on. Okay, so we ended up with. Originally we ordered 6 desserts. They didn't have one of them, so we ended up with 5, which would be enough for any human. But then some of the cast members here came over and asked us about desserts, and then brought up some of the pastries they're making here, fresh every day. And these two have been raved about, so we have to try them. This is the Grizzly Bear Claw, which is probably the biggest bear claw I've ever seen in my life. This is very heavy and very big, and a family of 4 probably could eat this. Then, what was specifically said was a cinnamon roll that puts Gaston's Tavern to shame, which again, in my opinion, I don't like those to begin with. This looks fresh and good. This is the Blueberry Cinnamon Roll, and it's wild. Is that the official name, Blueberry Cinnamon Roll?
Blueberry cinnamon roll,
Yeah.
grizzly bear claw.
And Grizzly Bear Claw. All right, so let's do this. Oh wow.
He's nodding, he's shaking his head.
It's good.
The eyebrows are twitching.
Sticky and sweet and hot and fresh. And flaky, delicious pastry. The sweetness of that little bit of icing is going a long way. It's fantastic. And nice big chunks of nut in there. This is amazing. The problem is, like, if there's only 1 or 2 of you, it's really too much food.
It's a good problem.
But if you're a big family, this is, I can't recommend this highly enough.
It's good value.
My family of
Yeah.
4 would definitely share that.
Yeah.
$10.
For $10, it's a good deal, right? When your average pastry at Disney World is at least $3.50, right? Somewhere in that zone.
Oh yeah, I've paid $8.50 for desserts that are barely anything.
Barely.
Barely.
I love this. Highly recommended. But now, cinnamon roll o'clock.
There's a hidden Mickey on this
I
one.
know I mentioned it outside the blueberry hidden
Whoa,
Mickey.
camera's going everywhere.
No,
Okay.
it's not on my face. I don't know what you're doing.
It was going crazy for a second.
Me every day. Oh, Maddie's stealing it. My soda.
Goodbye.
I gotta do a pretty cross section on this. And so when you order this, they're gonna make it fresh, and then you'll pick it up at the counter. That was sitting. I'm amazed how fresh that bear claw is, because it was just sitting in the warming thing, but it's still very fresh. And we're here at lunchtime. We're not here at breakfast time where people are buying a lot of pastries.
Oh, they did tell me for the cinnamon roll and the bear claw, they're supposed to be listed on mobile for breakfast, but they will not be listed after that, but they are served all day.
So you have to come here
have to come
and
get it.
oh, look at that.
I don't know if you want that
I
inside,
do.
maybe.
I didn't want the other picture, thank you.
It
I'm gonna eat over this now.
It looks beautiful.
It's still warm.
It matches your shirt too. And your magic band. It's like you knew.
That blueberry cream is very nice. It's sweet. It's an artificial blueberry, but nice and sweet. That white icing is very rich. Not complaining.
It's a cream cheese, isn't it?
The cream cheese icing, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. But then the cinnamon rolls, yeah, this is. Don't waste your time at Magic Kingdom on cinnamon rolls, ladies and gentlemen, please. This is like a legitimate, good cinnamon roll. I'm just not used to being served warm food at this time.
I mean, this is. It's been warm for a while because we went outside, we took pictures. We did
It's
all
very,
sorts of stuff.
yeah, it's very thick. It's real bready.
It looks shareable too.
Yeah. This is already too much for me, but it's in my hand already.
Pass it over.
We will help you.
This is the best cinnamon roll at Disney World. And I know people love cinnamon rolls. I'm going to tell you, stop wasting your valuable cinnamon roll money at the Magic Kingdom and come spend it at Roaring Fork, which is just a boat ride away, too. It's worth mentioning. Like, you just take a short trip over here. And I think these are kind of worth it. These are a step up from. I'm not a fan of the Magic Kingdom desserts. These are a step above for sure. I love those.
Which one do you like more? Cinnamon roll?
Yeah. They're both great.
I was gonna say Calder.
But in review, this and Animal Kingdom Lodge, not only my favorite resorts for theme, for ambiance, for the rooms, it really is also the food and beverage teams are top notch. So again, this is another case where we went to Territory Lounge last week, everything was fantastic. We're at the counter service today, which you have to temper your expectations with counter service, but this is, for a Disney counter service, this is one of the better ones, for sure. So, and dessert-wise, they may be unrivaled. They may be absolutely unrivaled in pastries and desserts. You used to give that distinction in Grand Floridian for a long time. I think they have them beat here for sure. So, highly recommend you come try the Roaring Fork, which is very well hidden at Disney's Wilderness Lodge.